to our next installment of Seniors and Youth New Horizons Food Program. Today we're going to be doing dill pickles and we're going to be doing some hot peppers, but basically the pickling process. I'm joined today with Alexis, who's going to help us do some pickles, and Donna's going to help us do some chopping. So today we're going to be using 500 milliliter jars for our pickles. We're going to be doing the dill pickle spears, and we're also going to be doing the hot pickle vegetables. So the vegetables are going to be the cucumber, my apologies, the carrots, the cauliflower, and the hot pepper, and we're going to spice it up a little bit. Our dills, we're going to do dill spears, and we're going to spice that one up a little bit. We're going to do our standard garlic and dill, but we're going to put a little bit of pickling spice in there for an extra little zest. All right, well, right now we're going to put some bottles into our boiling water. We need to sterilize our bottles. 5 minutes is usually fine. We're going to put our bottles in, we're going to put our lids in, and the rings. And again, we're looking for approximately 5 minutes. The seal on the bottle caps will not seal if they're not heated. After washing the cucumbers, we're going to get them ready to go into the jar. Always slice off the end of your cucumber. Don't leave that on. There's a little bit of an enzyme that sits in the end of the cucumber that actually will make your cucumber go soft. So we just want to cut the ends off like this. Then we're going to spear them, basically quarters. If you end up with a larger cucumber, don't forget you can go into eighths. This one has a little bit of a mark on it. We're going to trim that down a little bit. Just like that. Well, now that our bottles have been boiling for 5 minutes, they're good and sterilized. So we're going to take our lids, and we're going to take our bottles, and we're going to place them on a dry towel, let them drain. Then we're going to be ready to fill. Okay, we're going to be making our brine now. We're going to go with a recipe of 50-50 for our vinegar, but I like doing a little bit of the apple cider vinegar with our standard white vinegar. So why don't we go with 1 cup of water, half a cup of standard white vinegar, and half a cup of cider vinegar. Now we're going to bring this to a boil with a tablespoon of our kosher salt, and that'll be our brine. Here we are. We've packed some cucumbers into the spears, into the jar, and we're going to fill another jar here. We put our spices in the bottom, so I put in half a teaspoon of dill weed and half a teaspoon of pickling spice. That's a combination that I like. You can change it if you wish, and 1 wedge of garlic. I like to slice it. You can put it into a couple of pieces. It'll just get it to release the flavor that much quicker. Now that we have our brine at a full boil, we're going to top off our jars. Just leaving a little bit of top space. Just like that. You want about ½ an inch from the top of the jar. And right now we're going to take a wooden ladle. I'm going to move them around a little bit. We just want to get some of those air bubbles to come to the top. They will actually cause the pickle to turn bad if you have too many of the air bubbles floating around in there. So we're going to tap them a little bit. We're going to move them around, and we're going to do everything we can to get those out of there. You can actually see them coming to the top. This is the hot vegetable mix. We're putting in one of the hot banana peppers, and I like the carrots and the cauliflower. You can put in cucumber, you can put in pretty much anything you like that's going to hold up to the pickling process. Some people put in zucchini, some people put in an eggplant. I usually use at least 1 good hot pepper. Again, if you like really hot, switch it off from a banana to a habanero, to jalapeno, whatever you like. I put in the garlic, we put in the mixed pickling spice, and of course the hot pepper. Okay, so we're going to take our brine and finish up our hot mixed vegetables. We're going to top those off. When you're putting in the bottles directly out of any of the heat, either from the sterilizing bath or in this process, it's good to keep a distance between bottles. The heat from one bottle can actually heat up another bottle and pop the bottle. So now we have everything packed off and capped. So we're going to put them into the sterilizing bath at this point. Now the cap was put on, I always put the cap on with this a little bit of tightness, and then right at the last minute turn it back about a quarter turn. Right now what you're trying to do is sterilize everything, but you still have to give a little bit of leeway for any of the steam to come out. Put 6-7 jars in at a time, and at this stage they're going to need 5 minutes. Now that our pickles have been in the water for 5 minutes, we're pretty much done. We're just going to pull these out and we're going to let them sit. Again, you're waiting to hear the snap from the lid. Once the lid is snapped, you know you have a good seal. And if any of the jars don't snap, and if the lid will basically come off with no pressure at all, those are the pickles we're going to just put in the fridge, and you have 2 or 3 weeks to eat those. I hope you enjoyed making pickles with us.